Hello everybody, Ian Robson here, welcome back to the Platinum Map. Today we're collecting a little bit of grass here.
Well, the next public holiday we get over here is Labor Day, which is on the 12th of March.
And as you can see, we're joined by Spud and Country Gaming. Labor Day for us isn't until September.
Oh, okay, you have it at the end of the year.
Yeah, exactly. So we were just talking about public holidays there, and I was just saying that in Ontario there's a holiday called Family Day. I think the United States has a holiday on the same day, but it's not called Family Day, it's something else. I don't know what it is. President's Day or something like that, I don't know. Anyways, I was just commenting the fact that was the first time
We do have
in February
get the third
that I had the day off.
Forage wagon.
No, we do have a third one? Okay.
Yeah, we have a third one.
But it was the first time I ever had that holiday off, just because I worked in Quebec
Peter's tractor
before, and in Quebec you don't get that holiday. So, but you get the Saint Jean Baptiste, which is like the holiday for the big holiday day for Quebec, sort of thing. So, as you can see, we're just collecting grass. I'm collecting grass. I think that's Spud collecting grass as well.
What's your favourite, Ian? A John Deere.
A Jon Deere. I had a friend from Norway who used to say that. That's how you say John. He said Jon. They don't pronounce the J like we do in English, at least. He was Norwegian.
I thought I said John Deere.
No, you did. I'm just saying that's the way. My Northern Warrior was his name. You say it like that, Jon Deere.
Oh yeah.
Because Norwegian.
Yeah, I had a Norwegian friend in high school. His name was Jan, but we called him Jan. What's pronounced Jan?
Yep, that sounds about right. There we go. Just gotta keep our EVGA running, so I gotta make sure we collect lots of grass there.
Okay, I'm away.
Don't begin 4.
Yeah. Go for it, Spuds, okay.
Yeah, I'm stuck on the post.
Alright, time to drink a little bit of coffee then while we're waiting here.
Oh, at the ramp.
Yep.
Alright.
Yeah, join the club, Spud.
Continue
That
on
happens
here.
to me all the time.
So, this is kind of like, I don't usually record when it's later in the night in Farm Sim, but I often forget how good it actually does look like this, so it's good to remember that and to see how nice it looks sometimes at night. So as you can see, we have the biodigestate slurry spreader over there, just fertilizing this field as we're collecting it.
So, how much grass have you got left on field 15 to pick up?
Oh, I don't know, about 7 or 8 windrows or swaths, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, whatever they are.
I don't know. You can go either way. Most people call them windrows, I think.
Yep.
Although I suppose you could go the other way too and say swaths. I suppose. Like the like a, what would you call it, a windrower? Sometimes they call it a swather as well. But although it's a little different as far as I understand. I'm not an expert in that. Alright, it looks like that slurry spreader is stuck.
I'm glad you didn't hear me say what I just said.
It was fiddle-dee-dee, eh?
Something like that.
Something in Australian slang that I couldn't understand anyways.
I went to start picking up the grass, and I was getting in the way of the
spreader?
sprayer. Yeah, and then I went and instead of me trying to get out of the way, I unhitched the trailer.
Done that before. Yeah, but it's funny when this game, when you play it like later at night, it would run smooth. Like some maps just don't run smoothly at night just because there's so much going on, but usually the ones that are made by Giants are pretty solid. They do a good job of and scale start from the other side, so let me know when you're ready. But the Farm Sim or the Giants maps work fairly well. They're pretty smooth. So
Pretty bumpy road.
Yeah, I'll start putting in the second bunker there while you're leveling that one out.
Roger that.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's always nice to play at night sometimes. And sometimes when you're playing with seasons, you don't have much of a choice because it's, you know, been raining for the last few days. So you absolutely have to get something done that day. Oops. Huh, that's weird. It's not letting me tip in this one. Maybe it's not empty yet.
Yeah, maybe a little scrap somewhere.
Somewhere in the,
Come around with the bucket.
somewhere in the corner somewhere, obviously.
Is that the second one? The second bunker?
Aye.
We're gonna go pirate, are we?
Well, if you're Scottish, you'd say aye as well.
I see.
True. Yeah, I was trying to. I must have missed it when I was emptying it.
Yeah, it's probably like some little tiny... Like I said, it's probably some little corner. I think you got chaff in there, but you won't be able to pick it up, eh?
No, you're right. I can see it. It's just right at the corner near me right now. I'll dump the shaft and see what I can do.
Okie doke. Yeah, but it's funny when you play at night, and
you shouldn't have a problem.
it's always interesting to see what happens and how things play out at night. Because sometimes, depending, there used to be, I think it's still out there, no, I know it's still out there actually, I just don't use it, the Real Night mod, I want to say it's called. Where it's like, you know, nights are actually...
Okay, on my way.
Are actually really dark and you can't see anything. Unless you have your lights on, stuff like that. This if we had the Real Night mod on, you wouldn't be able to see much outside of the realm of the cone of the lights, sort of thing. But when you do have it on there, it's pretty neat actually. So okay, let's make a little round here. Grab some more of that over there in the corner.
So, Spud, do you want me to empty into the fourth or number 2?
I can't seem to pick up this little bit of silage in number 2. It's right at the corner.
One of those roller things did it get deleted, eh?
It's being a pain.
Oh, we'll see.
So I don't know. I haven't played many maps at night. Although they are some of them are really neat.
Picked up more chaff.
Oh, there you go. It says bunker is empty, so
Yeah, no, it's good.
maybe it was chaff in the end somewhere.
It picked up a bit of chaff and a wee bit of silage, but it turned the silage into chaff.
Oh, okay. Alright. It's funny, a while back at work I had a sip of coffee that they had.
Stuck, Spud, you're gonna have to push me out, please.
That they had at work, because they have coffee. You can make, you know, it's coffee. There's a coffee machine there. You can make your own coffee. And I had it once, and I must have been sitting for a while because it was terrible. Maybe I've become a coffee snob in my old age, but I don't know. I just feel like it wasn't the greatest coffee. Like I don't have like premium coffee. I don't like too crazy with my coffee. I just, you know, grocery store bought whole beans, and that's it basically. So nothing crazier than that, but it still tastes a heck of a lot better than, you know, pre-ground coffee. I find, like Maxwell House or Folgers, whatever it is. Like, you know, if you're used to that and that you're okay with that and that's fine, you enjoy it, go for it. Sometimes, like, usually.
The other thing I seem to always get stuck on is that stupid signpost right next to the railway line. And let's just have a head-on collision. Sorry, Ian.
That's okay. We're not in Australia, so.
Hey, I am. Speak for yourself.
I know. I just like, oh, this is gonna happen. I just know this. I'm like, okay, well, let's stay on the side of the road and see what happens.
I usually just stay in the dead centre. That'll confuse everybody.
Alright, let's see if we can actually put chaff in here now. Or grass, I should say. Yep, that got it.
Yeah, we should probably drive on the location of the map, so South America is right-hand side.
South America is the right-hand side? Are you sure?
Yeah, 90% of the world's on the right-hand side. It's just England, Japan, and Australia.
Does Ireland drive on the right or the left?
Couldn't tell you.
Actually, I'm sure they drive on the left hand, the same side as the US, because I went to South America in '98, and they drove on the same side as the Americans and you guys.
Yep, the right hand side.
I guess it depends on, usually it depends on who colonized the country in a lot of cases, because in some situations, like if they were colonized or like, you know, invaded by England at some point, that's why they have the odd side. Like like in India, for example, like I don't know for certain, but it may drive on the same side as they do in England. So
Near as I can tell from India, my buddy came from there. He says they just drive everywhere.
I've heard that.
Oh, tell me about it. Look, if you want to go to a country that just drives anywhere and any way they like, try going to South America.
Well, a lot of countries that have a lot of people are like that. Like I hear Egypt is like that too, where it's like, you know, anywhere on the road basically is a safe place. And as a pedestrian, you just start walking across the street. Don't even wait for an opening, because there isn't any.
Exactly. I mean, like when I went to Argentina, I went to Buenos Aires, which is the capital city, and I tell you what, it was. I mean, you would think. I mean, even though they've got, you know, like traffic lights and pedestrian crossings and all that sort of thing, it's like people can't read, or they just don't care, because like I was traveling around in a bus, going from somewhere to somewhere, and the traffic, it was just line upon line of cars, and the roads over there in the city area aren't very wide, and you come to an intersection, the traffic lights will say like red, and yet the cars coming from the other way, they're still going through the intersection, so you've just got this massive gridlock and like no one can get in or out or go backwards or forwards or anything.
Yeah, exactly.
It's totally ridiculous. And then you've got people that just walk up and down the middle of the street instead of on the footpath, like they actually walk in amongst the cars.
Yeah, it's not to my liking.
Yeah, think like how was, like that was like what, 10 years ago sort of thing. So like imagine what it's like now.
Probably 10 times worse.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. That's that. And with that, folks, I do need to get going to work. So I hope you enjoyed. My name's Iain Robson. Until next time, I should say, enjoy, and tune in for some more Farm Sim 17. I'll catch you guys later.